You need to be still so you can start listening to yourself. And I know this is probably not what you want to hear, but there is so much power to being still so you can listen to yourself. It's like blocking out all the noise so you can listen to yourself. So what does being still mean and how do you get started? Well, I am going to be explaining this in this video today. And before I start explaining it and going into details and giving you some amazing tools that you can start today being still, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below if any of this message resonates with you or you plan on implementing any of it. So what does being still mean? Being still means literally being still. Your body, in your mind, and everything. You're not thinking about yesterday. You're not thinking about tomorrow. You're not thinking about right now. You're just being still. And it's hard for us to do this because so often we are programmed to think about all these different things. We have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this, we did this, now we got to go on to this. And we keep thinking. We keep going on and on. We're like this little hamster on a hamster wheel that can't get off. And so when I say be still, that may make you feel really uncomfortable because you've never done it. Trust me, I used to be very, very uncomfortable with being still, and meditation, I thought that was the stupidest thing in the world. But guess who does it now every morning for their morning routine? Right here. Because it is an incredible tool for me to just be still. And I have had to learn how to calm my mind and train my mind just like any other muscle part that I do when I work out. And so when it comes to being still, if you're not still, you don't really know. You can't listen to yourself because you're so much in your head. And there's a difference between listening to your head and listening to your heart. Your head is going to yell. And if you've listened to any of my podcasts or any of my other videos, I said your head is like your ego. It's the ego. It will yell. Your heart is going to whisper. And the more you listen to your heart, the more you will realize how much it is right. But we have to listen. And so with the tools today, I just want to provide 5 tools you can use today to start being still because it is so powerful. And I want to really quick talk about there is no right or wrong way to do this. There's no right or wrong way. No one's going to be the police here and be like, oh, you can't do it that way. Do what makes you feel comfortable. Do what makes it feel right for you. Make it your own practice of being still every single day. The very first tip I have, a tool that I would suggest using, is meditation. I did not start out with just a regular meditation. I actually did a guided meditations because that helped me kind of focus on their voice and focus on being still because I couldn't just be still myself without a guided meditation to start with because it was very uncomfortable and I kept checking the time and I was worried about this. What am I going to do after I get done meditating and all these things? So the guided meditation really just helped me listen to the words, listen to the music, and help me get into it. So the guided meditation is one. If you are not a meditation person and you're like, no, meditation's not for me, that is fine. Do some breath work. And by breath work, it's literally taking a deep breath in, holding it for 3, counting out for 4, or whatever you want to do. If you want to hold it for 2 and count out for 5, that's fine. Just do it. And when you count your breath, you're slowing your mind down, even though you may not even realize it. But breath work is so powerful. There's this count of breathing in for 5, holding for 3, and out for 4 that is really powerful that I used a lot as well, especially when I couldn't get in a meditative state and I was in public and something would stress me out or I would feel overwhelmed. I just did that breath work to bring me back into my heart or my heart space, whatever you want to call it. So breath work, the other one I have wrote down is just literally sitting in silence and telling yourself you're not going to think about anything. You're not thinking. You are just being still. You're just being you. You're just sitting in silence. This one was really, really hard for me because I would prefer to do meditation over just sitting in silence because it made me feel very uncomfortable. The next one is listening to music, like the instrumental music that really really talks to your soul, your heart, just makes you feel really, really good, and just listen to it. Don't think any thoughts. And I heard, I'm not sure who said this, if it was Deepak Chopra or if it was Gabby Bernstein, but one of them said, if you were trying to meditate and you don't know how, or you keep thinking about things, ask yourself, what's the next thought I'm gonna think? Because that kind of makes you stop and think of like, oh, what's the next thought I'm gonna think? And if you keep asking yourself, you'll see that your mind has slowed down, which is what you want, to be still so you can start listening to your heart. The next one is, if you are into repeating mantras or affirmations, I know a lot of people do this, be careful with repeating affirmations, because if you don't truly feel it and you keep repeating it, you're not doing any good. If you don't truly believe that you are strong, you are abundant, you are love, you're just saying words and you're not doing any good. So really practice feeling those as you're being still. And if it's easier, listen to affirmations on an audio or something to help you with that. And those are the things that I would say to get started. So just to recap, we have meditation, guided or non-guided, breath work, just counts in and out, whatever you're comfortable with, sitting in silence, just being, just sitting in silence, just being quiet. And then listening to instrumental music and repeating mantras or affirmations. Any of these are very helpful for you to do, and you can do a lot of these throughout your day. I strongly suggest doing them right away in the morning, because that's when your brain starts functioning. And if you don't break that pattern of getting up and thinking, what do I need to do today? Instead, you pour into yourself. Whether it is 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or 5 minutes, you're still doing it, and you're pouring into yourself so you can show up and be the best version of yourself. And as you grow, you'll see your practice will also change, and that is fine. Don't worry about or stress about if it's right or wrong. If it's right for you, it's right for you. No one else gets to make your daily being still practice theirs, but you make your own. And I stress that so much. Don't try to repeat someone else's, because mine can look a little bit differently every day, and I don't follow anyone else's of being still. So make it your practice, and just know the more you can calm up here so you can quiet it, the more you'll be able to listen down here to really listen to, what do you want? What does your heart desire? And when you are still and you can start to listen, you start to listen to yourself. That's when so many things shift. You don't have to worry about people's opinions. You don't have to worry about other people projecting things on you, because you know what you want. And that's the power of being still and tapping into yourself, because you already have all the answers. You already have everything that you need inside of you. And I teach this to my clients, and I also teach it in my course that I created, the 30 Days of Self-Discovery, is I'm basically teaching you what you already know, because you already have everything you need inside of you. And being still is a part of it. So when you can just pick one of these tools, or even if it's not one of these tools and you find a way of being still. Another way that actually just popped to my mind was walking. If you're just walking and you're just quiet and you're in nature and just being still, that's an incredible way to just be still and just be yourself. Just be your true, authentic, amazing self. So if you have not done so yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below, share this video with anyone that resonates. I will put the link in this video description for my 30-day self-discovery course if you are ready to dig deep and actually discover who you are and the amazing, incredible person you are created to be. And I will also put the link to my podcast, which I did a full episode of how being still in a pandemic changed my entire life. So until next time, take some time to be still, and I appreciate you so much for watching this and for supporting my channel.